if you want to sell to more customers, convert more leads to sales, and have a higher lifetime value, get people's attention much better. The secret here is deeply understanding your prospect and what moves them. Now, the key to doing this is simply doing deep research ahead of time. So you understand the customer better than they even understand themselves. You understand what makes them tick, their goals, their pain points, their barriers, what stops them, and then you understand how your product or service meets and exceeds their expectations. And then once you can speak their language, you can sell them like crazy. The secret to doing this is deep research. Now, back in the day, you had to do deep research. You'd look at websites, you'd look at forums, you might read books, you would just watch videos, just anything you could do to really get a deep understanding of who the customer is, what's the marketplace like, to get a deep understanding of what's the mechanism of the customer problem, what's the mechanism of the solution, who are the customers, their psychographics, their demographics. You'd have to do this manual deep research. But here's the great news. Now what you can do is you can do this literally in minutes. What used to take days using AI now, and it's very cheap and it's very quick and it's very thorough. So what you do is you have this AI doing really deep analysis, going deep and going far and wide. So it's doing this deep exhaustive search. The key to doing deep research with AI is knowing the questions to ask to feed it, basically like a super prompt. And when you have that, the AI knows what to do, but you have to intelligently sort of prompt it. So I'm going to show you how to do that all in this video. So this framework is taken from my top-selling book, The Customer Bullseye, available on Amazon. It's highly rated. It's got a 4.9 rating out of 5. So the framework I built out of this book is used to really deeply understand the prospect, their problem, the competition, and understand how your offer fits with it. Now, with AI, we can use that same framework and have it done literally in minutes. And I'm going to show you how. So this is what I call the marketing interview. It's 27 pages long, and it's extremely thorough because the deeper you go in the research, then the clearer the answers you get and the more powerful you get. And then you take that research and you can create really winning sales ads that can win virtually every time because you've done your homework. Most people, they don't know how to do this or they don't want to do this. They want to cut corners. And that's a big reason why their ads flop, their video sales letters flop, their sales letters flop, because they just haven't found what really will move the market. This is the key to find out what will move the market and turn those, first of all, capture attention in the market, in a noisy marketplace. Secondly, we'll get people hooked into consuming your marketing message. And then what will get them to become leads or actually whip out their credit card or their wallet and become paying customers of yours. So I can briefly walk you through it. It's extremely exhaustive. I just wanted to give you the framework so you know the depth that it goes into, because we're going to take all of this and we're going to have AI go do all this research for us. So this what would have taken multiple days, maybe it would take me manually 1 to up to 4 days in the past, now can be done in minutes using AI. I take this, I give it the context, and I'm going to show it to you. And then AI goes out and does its thing, and it comes back with a very exhaustive, detail-oriented report. So the first thing is like the customer feedback. What are they saying? What are they thinking? And then here's where to research. And what's nice about this is it instructs the AI, say, hey, go look here to research. So the AI is intelligent. It's going to read this, and then it will follow along. The market characteristics, like how many sellers, how many customers, how many prospects, what's the market size, how aware are the customers? This is a key that Eugene Schwartz in his book Breakthrough Advertising pioneered. And marketing at different levels of awareness creates different sales messages. So you want to be aware of what you're wanting to create, and not knowing this is one of the biggest sources of frustration and failed ads and failed sales letters, like conversion mechanisms, because the marketplace may be at a different level of awareness than that which you're marketing to. Here we're talking about how sophisticated is the market, like what are they consuming, what do they know, what do they not know, is this new or is this not new, what is going into this, what's going to motivate people to buy, what's the promise, what are the core customer demographics. This is all highly useful, and this is the sort of thing that if you uncover it, you can really speak directly to the person. That's why I call it the customer bullseye, and really create a bullseye where your marketing message just absolutely hits the target, and it really moves them emotionally, and then they justify it logically. What are their consumption habits, the psychographics, like what's their identity, what are their victories, hopes and dreams, fears and failures. All of this is just absolute gold for you when you want to go create ads or sales letters. What are their villains and enemies, because you can sell against those villains and enemies. What's their status quo? What are you selling against so that they don't just do nothing? What do they believe about the so-called experts? The AI even creates a little customer avatar and writes a biography. Pretty compelling stuff. What are their core beliefs about different things? And knowing all of this and doing a super deep dive into it is incredible, and it's very valuable, because then you're writing to that person who's representing your marketplace, and then your ads hit the bullseye, your sales letters hit the bullseye, and then even your sales scripts hit the bullseye. Like if you're closing on a video call or over the phone, they hit the bullseye because you know that prospect so deeply and you've thought about your offer and you know how they fit together. It's very powerful. What do the customers believe about their problem? And there's just this long list. What's their heaven? What's their hell? What is the prospect problem? How do they know they have the problem? What are the emotional effects? So given that they have this problem, what are the emotions that they feel? What are the mental effects? What are the side effects? Like given this problem, what are the kind of the ripple effects, the downstream? How much do they feel this problem? So this is really exhaustive. I mean, this is 27 pages, and this is a big deep dive. Also looking into the competition. What's the persona of your competitors? What's your competitor's customer avatar? what are competitors saying in their ads landing pages? So it can look into that. How are competitors selling? What is their unique mechanism that accomplishes the result? What happens if people just do nothing or try to do it themselves? So rather than purchasing from you, because you're selling against that option. So in a sales message, you want to dismiss that, the idea of not doing anything, not solving the problem, or of them trying to do it themselves so that they purchase your product or service, they get your offer. Solutions, how are people trying to solve the problem right now? How are competitors defective in their business model or in their offer, what's missing from the competition. And then here it's going through like, how are you developing your offer and what are you doing to make it irresistible? So the idea of creating this framework was so that anytime I wanted to create a sales letter, I could use this framework and do the research. And this, when I created it, do the research manually, but then I would come armed and I would know everything I needed to know to write killer ads and killer sales letters because I had done my homework. A lot of people just shortcut this. They don't do the homework. So they get inferior results. What's nice about AI is you can prompt AI and say, hey, figure out the answers to these questions. I'm going to show you how to do this in just a moment. Here's what are the current solutions out there? What's their experience been like? And then here it's really getting clear on what makes you unique and different, because that's fundamental that you need to put in any ad or conversion mechanism like a sales letter or video sales letter or even on a webinar. And then here's, what are you doing to make your offer irresistible? By going through this and like filling it out, what it does is it forces you to think very clearly. What makes this work is that good writing is good thinking expressed clearly and powerfully. And that's what this forces you to do. This forces you to not just randomly write an ad, but this forces you to do that good thinking because it's a process, it's a structured, rigorous approach. Now, AI can do a lot of it for you, but there is no substitute ultimately for good thinking. You want to still evaluate and oversee the AI. Here's how to like build a strong argument. Here's how to get what's the core buying belief that if they believe this, they will buy. So that's fundamental to isolate and identify. Here's the person who's pitching it. How are you going to how are you going to emphasize their track record, their results, and their authority? Here's like, how was it discovered? How was it created? What's like the origin story? Because this is often useful because they're solving their own problem. It goes into proof. What sort of proof do you have? How are you going to get prospects to buy right now? So this is an exhaustive framework. Now here's how to use this with AI. I'm over here at Open Router. Open Router is great because you can have access to a lot of different LLMs at one time. You just select which one you want. So here's what I did. I was creating some ads for doing database reactivation using AI, SMS, text message agents on a performance basis. So here's what I said to it. I chose Sonar Deep Research in Open Router. You just select it and add Sonar Deep Research. And I just added like $10 into the system, and that lasts a pretty good time. Or if you have a subscription to Perplexity AI, you can use it in the native environment too. So I'm using Sonar Deep Research. I'm basically saying that, hey, you're an expert deep researcher. I want you to go find the answers to all of this using this framework. And then I gave it a little context for my offer. And then I just turned it loose. And it took a few minutes. And then here's my offer down here below. And here's my framework down here below that we just took a look at. So I won't really go through this, but I just added this. So Perplexity really went to town. It took less than 10 minutes. It's cost me $1.60 to do. And it created this document, which is actually, I copied and pasted it into Word, and it's 48 pages long, and it's about 12,000 words of all this deep research. And it's cited well. You can see it here. So it's really looking at a lot of different sources for the answers. So it's not just guessing. And this is the best LLM model I've found. So doing this in either OpenRouter.ai or doing this in Perplexity's native environment. So doing this in OpenRouter is really the best, or because doing this in OpenRouter is really the best because you have access to so many different LLMs, or doing it in Perplexity's native environment. But I've gotten 48 pages out of here. It cost me $1.60, but this saved me days of work. And this is very powerful research. So it looked at 65 citations, and then here it's cost me $1.61. And this is all done in 10 minutes. So what would have taken me between like 1 to 4 days on research took me 10 minutes because I gave it the right prompt and I gave it the right framework. And you can do the same thing by giving it the same prompt. All you have to do is customize it for your target market and put in your offer. And then you give it that same framework, which I can give you access to. Once you join my free Skool community, you can get access to that, both the prompt that I gave it here and the deep framework. There it is. It's 48 pages long. It's 12,000 words. I mean, this is a deep research document, and it was done in minutes. It goes through, it tells me what people are thinking, saying, doing, feeling. It talks about what they say, the psychology behind their words, their actions that reveal the deep problems, how they do it, body language, their tone, what do they feel, what are the core emotions they're feeling, what is their skepticism, what are their burning questions. And this is all gold as far as creating ads and creating sales letters, video sales letters, webinars, or even sales scripts for the phone or for Zoom for closing leads and turning them into real clients. Here, the emotions driving it. And then it's well cited here. So this is not guessed at, it's well cited. And Perplexity is perfect for doing this. Using this framework and this prompt, you're going to create better ads, better sales letters, better webinars, better sales scripts. You will get more leads. You will get attention better. You will convert more leads to sales, and then you can upsell them better. This is one of the best things you could do. This is like a secret weapon because most people don't know about this. They're going to keep writing surface level ads and sales letters that don't really connect to the marketplace or resonate deeply. And over here, you use this AI, you can be connecting with your prospect at a much deeper level, converting them because your sales message will really move them. So I won't belabor this because this is 48 pages and this video would be like crazy long if I went through all of it. What I will do is I will include this in my free Skool community so you can see like an example of the output here. So you'll get the input to use, and it's basically take my prompt and then customize it. You have to specify what your offer is and who your target market is. And then I will give you that framework that you attach. Then you use OpenRouter or Perplexity, and you do Sonar deep research. And then Perplexity will give you this huge research document, which is just pure gold. It's like more than you ever wanted to know about your prospects, their challenges, their goals, their obstacles, their dreams, their failures. Everything is there. And it's simply because of the detailed framework that I've created that we use. That's all for my customer Bullseye book. So this will be your secret weapon. So you can get this all just by joining my free Skool community. The link is in the video description. Plus, if you're a small business owner and you want help getting AI into your business so you can grow faster and scale sooner, or streamline processes and cut costs and save time by automating things, I can help you with that without any tech complexity or hiring anybody new. Just book a call, and the link to my website is in the video description as well. So you can book a call by going to my website. So that's it. This is your new secret weapon. You will write better ads, better sales letters, better webinars. Thanks so much.